Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us right here on India Today. The Narendra Modi government has opened the purse strings in the election year. The Finance Minister Piyush Goyal today presented an interim budget that has given many sobs to the middle class as well as the farmers, and there will be no income tax up to 5 lakh rupees. Now, this is going to be benefiting about 3 crore taxpayers with a focus on agrarian distress. A basic annual income of 6,000 rupees has also been announced for farmers who own less than 2 acres. This particular scheme will also be benefiting 12 crore farmers, while the standard deduction limit has also been raised to 50,000 rupees. Gratuity limit has been revised to 20 lakh rupees. Taking into consideration the vulnerable working class, as PM pension scheme has been announced to cover 10 crore workers in the unorganized sector. In a huge boost coming into small and medium enterprises, 2% relief has also been announced. The other big announcements, of course, include a crop insurance scheme. They've got the doubling of food subsidies as well, 8 crore free LPG connections, and the defense budget has been raised to 3 lakh crore rupees. With me in the studio now is Rajiv Dubey of Business Today to dissect what the new tax implication means really for the Aam Aadmi. Rajiv, the biggest takeaway, of course, has been the fact that up to 5 lakh rupees, there is going to be a tax rebate, which is coming in as a huge relief for the middle class as well. But
Absolutely.
There was a bit of a disappointment there on the brackets which are above that. They were kind of expecting some sort of a
They were expecting something, and apart from that, there was another expectation which had built up over the last 1 month or so, when these things started leaking, is that that the minimum exemption limit will go up from 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh. That is not the case. I think that's something that needs to be clarified. That earlier you were not taxed up to 3.5 lakh rupees. Up to 3.5 lakh rupees, you were taxed 2,500 rupees, and government gave a rebate of 2,500 rupees. So it was net to you.
Correct.
Now that thing has moved to 5 lakh rupees. So 3.5 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees.
Correct.
So that's a benefit of almost 10,400 rupees for anybody who's earning up to 5 lakh rupees, and anybody who's earning up to 4 lakh rupees, he benefits something like 5,200 rupees per annum. Anybody above that, it does not benefit from this. So this is only for people who are earning up to 5 lakh rupees per annum. If you're earning 5 lakh 1 rupees, you are taxed up to by your regular slabs. Besides this, what the finance minister has announced is, of course, 2 very interesting things that the common taxpayer has been asking for a while. One was the exemption, one was the increase in the TDS limit, where you are taxed when you pay for rent that you pay. So that has been raised from 1.8 lakh to 2.4 lakh. And the most interesting thing that he has done is to give a relief for to the taxpayer, that he will not pay a penny more on tax on a second home. This is something that has been a big demand.
Absolute exemption on tax for the second occupied house, not for the first occupied house. That's
for both now.
For both now. Yeah. All right.
So it was allowed up to for the first house. It was not allowed for the second house. There was a time when you could take as many exemptions on multiple houses you own. So there were people who actually took 2-3 loans just to take the tax benefit. That was stopped a couple of years ago. It has been brought back. So now you can take exemption for 2 houses.
Now, that's very interesting. Also, what the other part is that last year we saw that standard deduction limit increase. Correct. And now this year again, from 40,000, they've brought it up to 50,000. So that 10,000, do you think that makes much of a difference?
So, what happened last year was, interestingly, last year even though the standard deduction was brought back, it actually netted a lot of other things that were there. So real benefit was only about 1,500 or 1,200 or 1,500 rupees. So there was a lot of criticism of that move, saying that it was more like a jumla than anything else. So I think the finance minister has taken note of that, and raising it to from 40 to 50, 10,000 rupees is a direct benefit now.
Absolutely. Also, within 2 years, tax assessment will be done electronically, but electronically is something that we've always seen the tax assessments being done. Correct. But IT returns processing in just about 24 hours. Do you give that a big thumbs up?
That's a very good move, because often you would send your return, and then you would wait for sometimes up to 3 months to 6 months at times, wherever the government sometimes didn't have the kind of resources, and they delayed the payouts. So you know, the return you had to wait for almost up to 6 months at times. And if they are going to be processing it in 24 hours, you assume that they will also be paying back. You know that the trick in this is whether they will be actually paying back the return, whatever is due to the assessee.
And absolutely, and also the custom duty has been abolished from 36 capital goods, and that's a big thumbs up as far as the Indian
that he was referring to what he has been doing over a period of time.
Yes.
So it is something that has already been there.
And you know, we were talking about houses as well. There has been a recommendation to the GST Council for reducing GST rates for home buyers as well. Yes. So if you could just elaborate a little further on that, and how soon do you see that happening?
Yeah, so earlier, you know, that's something that the GST Council will take, and that's a recommendation that the center has already made. There's a committee that is set up for that. The home buyers were taxed when the project was under construction. Now they will, you know, the proposal is that it should be reconsidered whether they should be charged GST at all or not.
This time around, you know, as far as the budget was concerned, we saw a lot of expenditure being announced by the finance minister when it came to the agrarian crisis, tackling the agrarian crisis. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of critiques have said, where is all of this revenue going to come from? Is the government really dependent on the direct and indirect tax collections alone? You
know, interestingly, if you look at the original proposal that had gone to the finance ministry, it would have been an even bigger hit on the exchequer. So the government has been very clever in saying that you are you know, taking baby steps towards universal basic income. The DBT is something of that nature. But if you look at the original proposal, that would have cost the center something like 2 lakh crore. You know, that proposal was 4,000 rupees per acre. Here the center is giving 6,000 rupees per annum for 5 acres. So that proposal was 4,000 rupees an acre per crop season, capped at 10,000 rupees. It would have been a 2 lakh crore you know, hit on the exchequer. Here the difference one needs to understand is that would have absorbed the fertilizer subsidy. Here the government is saying you continue with your fertilizer subsidy, you continue with your irrigation benefits, you continue with your Manrega, and this is over and above something that I am giving. So this needs to be understood, that if that other proposal had gone through, that would have absorbed a lot of these subsidies and a lot of these other schemes. In this case, those schemes continue, and the government is giving 75,000 crore out of its own pocket to the farmer. So it's not a small thing. The only thing is that the landless farmers are going to be disappointed, because this does not cover landless.
Absolutely. You know, I was going to come to that, but before that as well, so that means that indirect and direct tax collection is something that the government is going to be capitalizing very heavily on. So what happens to the fiscal deficit targets then?
So it's very interesting that while you know, everybody was expecting the fiscal deficit to go beyond 3.5%, the finance minister surprised everybody by announcing that he's going to stick to 3.4%. Which has breached the 3.3% target, but it's still not so bad. But right after the budget presentation, the former finance minister P. Chidambaram came on and said that he has actually noticed that some of these announcements have been made post the budget numbers had been prepared. So we will have to go through those numbers and see whether the actual fiscal deficit is going to be way higher, and if there is off-budget financing as well, because off-budget financing of almost 1 lakh crore is something that has been expected by the economists for a while now.
You know, so let's talk about the Aam Aadmi now. The Aam Aadmi, when it comes down to the least common denominator, to break down for our viewers, does he ultimately stand to benefit from this interim budget as far as taxation is concerned, or it is all the same as just the below 5 lakh bracket that stands to benefit?
I think Aam Aadmi does benefit, because by and large, if you look at it, there is the work that the finance minister has done in terms of tinkering the exemption limit of housing loans, on the TDS on rent. All these things will make a significant, will bring in more cash into the hands of the middle class. Also, remember this will be a huge boost for the rural community, because 75,000 crore going into the rural community will actually lead to demand growing in some of those some of these areas. Particularly, it impacts the FMCG sector, because small sachets of FMCG products tend to benefit significantly. It has been noticed that whenever there's money pumped into the rural sector, the FMCG industry does benefit out of it.
As far as corporate taxation is concerned, do you see any respite coming in there? Because there was some 5% decrease as well, from 30% to 25%.
That was proposed. And last year, what the finance minister had done, year before in fact, he had reduced it for companies up to 250 crore income. They had reduced the tax from 30% to 25%.
Right.
That has not been extended to the rest of the companies.
Right. So net, big thumbs up for this budget from your side, or would you say this?
I think by and large, anything which is leaving more money in the hands of the common man, even if it's small money, does lead to greater demand in the economy.
You know, the budget does end up giving a huge relief on the income tax front, but there's a catch. The catch is that there's been no change in the slabs whatsoever. Somewhere, were you also expecting those changes to come in as far as the slabs?
So I was. Almost everybody expected this 2.5 lakh slab to go to 3 lakh, and that the finance minister has chosen not to do. So I think that was one surprise, because that was expected. But other than that, the loan thing has been the interest on the second house being exempt. All that were expected, were being demanded, and he seems to have agreed with this.
All right, thank you so much, Rajiv, for joining us with all of that. That was Rajiv Dubey, the managing editor of Business Today, breaking down what the new tax structure means for you and me. Whether this has been a disappointment or not, he says, well, it's not such a great news, but it's not bad news either. Moving on, it's a mega farmer outreach by Modi government. In its interim budget, Finance Minister Piyush Goyal announced an income support scheme for farmers owning up to 2 hectares of land. They will get 6,000 rupees per year. The money will be directly transferred to the bank accounts thrice a year. The government has also doubled the food subsidy to 1.7 lakh crore rupees. The disaster-hit farmers will get 2% interest relief. They will also get 3% interest relief for repayment. Besides this, the government has also raised the allocation on Manrega from 50,000 crore rupees to 60,000 crore rupees. That's an uptick right there of 10,000 crore rupees.
एवं आय वृद्धि। मैडम स्पीकर, हमारे मेहनती किसानों को फसल का पूरा मूल्य नहीं मिलता था। हमारी सरकार ने किसानों की आय दुगुनी करने हेतु इतिहास में पहली बार सभी 22 फसलों का न्यूनतम समर्थन मूल्य एमएसपी लागत से कम 50% अधिक निर्धारित किया। I propose an outlay of rupees 75,000 crore for PM Kisan for the financial year 1920. I am also providing 20,000 crores in the revised estimates of the current year itself. पिछले 5 वर्षों में किसानों को सस्ते ऋण उपलब्ध कराने के लिए इंटरेस्ट सबवेंशन की राशि को 2 गुना कर दिया गया। किसानों का फसली कर्ज बढ़कर वर्ष 2018-19 में 11,68,000 करोड़ रुपए हो गया है। 11.68 लाख करोड़, 11,68,000 करोड़ रुपए किसानों का ऋण बढ़ गया है। सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड्स, उत्तम क्वालिटी बीज, सिंचाई योजना और नीम कोटेड यूरिया द्वारा खाद की कमी को दूर करे, किसानों की कठिनाइयों को दूर करने का प्रभावी प्रयास इस सरकार ने 5 वर्षों में किया है।
All right, my colleague Hemendra Sharma is now joining us from Bhopal. Hemendra, all of this sounds fantastic on paper. The distress-ridden farmer will now get a lot of respite coming in from this particular interim budget. Money will be hitting directly into their accounts as well. But the question really is the farmer really happy about this? Because even earlier, over the past few years, each time the budget schemes were announced, the least common denominator and the farmer always complained that the implementation is poor and we really do not receive anything despite these stalled promises being made. So what is the sentiment that you're picking up from farmers on ground on this front?
Well, of all the schemes that have been announced for the farmers today, the one that is being discussed the most is this 6,000 rupees that is going to be transferred directly to the farmer's account who is having land which is less than 2 hectares or 5 acres of land. And in Madhya Pradesh, there is a comparison being made. Obviously, that is happening because a Congress government has recently been sworn in and they have announced a loan waiver which is up till 2 lakh rupees. So, what kind of a impact this is having on Madhya Pradesh? It's for the farmer to decide. आप बताइए कि ये जो 6,000 रुपए का भी आप को जो ट्रांसफर डायरेक्ट होगा उससे क्या फायदा होगा?
इससे किसानों का भला नहीं है। ये 56 इंच का जो है बजट है और ये दरिया दिल का बजट होना चाहिए था किसानों के पक्ष में।
ये दरिया दिल का बजट नहीं है, सिर्फ 6,000 रुपए दिए गए हैं, लेकिन 6,000 रुपए जिनको दिए जाएंगे वो भी मार्जिनल फार्मर्स काफी हैं, उनको तो उसकी जरूरत है। अच्छा, आप बताइए
क्या हो से कुछ भी नहीं होगा साहब,
कुछ भी नहीं होगा।
जैसे क्या हो किसानों के लिए?
Well, I am in this part of Bhopal. This is attached to Bhopal, and this particular village has very few farmers who have land holdings of less than 2 hectares. So obviously this concern is there that farmers are saying
Hemendra,
that
you know, this is so interesting because the government on one side, on the government on one side is chest thumping about the fact that 6,000 rupees per annum will be put directly into their accounts. But when you got those ground reactions over there, the farmers are saying, well, 6,000 rupees is nothing, and what is really going to happen with 6,000 rupees? The problem also is that whether it was elections in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh or Rajasthan, we saw an electoral reversal, and this was mainly on the back of the agrarian crisis that was looming large. Seems like even despite these course correction measures that Piyush Goyal has tried to take in this budget, looks like the farmers really not happy.
Well, the farmers are actually not happy. The fact remains that 6,000 rupees is too little and too late in the day. That's the feeling that we are getting from the people on the ground. And this is happening because in Madhya Pradesh we had BJP government for 15 long years. At the center there is a BJP government. So the kind of anger that there was against this 15 years of rule in Madhya Pradesh, that is also having some kind of impact in the kind of reactions that we are getting. But having said that, there are farmers who are going to get benefited out of it. Those who are having acreage less than 2 hectares, they are going to get 6,000 rupees. But overall, the perception amongst the farmers is that this is nothing for them. Nothing much has been done for the average and the one who is above marginal farmer.
And what about the landless farmers? The question really is, the farmer who does not own any piece of land does not really benefit from this particular announcement. Thanks much, Hemendra, for joining us right there. Moving on now, massive boost coming in there for the middle class and the salaried group as the Modi government has announced a massive rebate in the income tax. Now, individuals who are earning up to 5 lakh rupees per annum will not have to pay any income tax. There's been no change as far as the tax slabs are concerned. We were all expecting that change coming in. The markets were expecting that change to come in, but that change really did not come in. Previously, if you were earning 5 lakh rupees, you had to pay a tax of 12,500 rupees per annum. Now, on the back of this rebate that has been announced, at least 3 crore middle-class taxpayers are expected to get tax relief of 18,500 crore rupees. Furthermore, individuals with gross income of up to 6.5 lakh rupees will not need to pay any tax whatsoever if they make investments in provident funds or PFs and the prescribed equities. The finance minister also has proposed to hike the standard deduction limit from 40,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees. So there's been a 10,000 rupees additional support of standard deduction that has come in. This particular move will be bringing more tax savings for the salaried class. The TDS, or the tax deduction at source on interest which is earned from bank and post office savings, was also raised to 40,000 rupees. The gratuity limit was increased to 20 lakh rupees.
The main tax proposals will be presented in the regular budget. Small taxpayers, especially the middle class, salary earners, pensioners and senior citizens need certainty in their minds at the beginning of the year about their taxes. Therefore, proposals particularly relating to such class of persons should not wait. Hence, while for the present, the existing rates of income tax will continue for FY 19-20 also, I propose the following changes. Individual taxpayers having taxable annual income up to rupees 5 lakhs will get full tax rebate. For salaried persons, standard deduction is being raised from the current 40,000 to rupees 50,000. This will provide additional tax benefit of rupees 4,700 crore to more than 3 crore salary earners and pensioners. Currently, income tax on notional rent is payable if one has more than one self-occupied house. Considering the difficulty of the middle class having to maintain families at 2 locations on account of their job, children's education, care of parents, etc., I am proposing to exempt levy of income tax on notional rent on a second self-occupied house. This will provide tax benefit of 18,500 crore rupees to an estimated 3 crore middle class taxpayers comprising self-employed, small business, small traders, salary earners, pensioners and senior citizens. ऐसे लगभग 3 करोड़ लोग अलग अलग वर्गों से मध्यम वर्गीय उनको टैक्स से लगभग इससे पूरी तरीके से मुक्ति मिल जाएगी।
My colleague Pankaj Khelkar is now joining us from Pune, getting us the sentiment on ground as far as the middle class of this country is concerned. Pankaj, one thing is for sure, for individuals who are earning up to 5 lakh rupees, there has been a rebate that has come in. Previously, if you were earning 5 lakh, you had to pay 12,500 crore rupees, and now you just don't have to do that anymore. So big thumbs up there. I'm pretty sure people falling in that income bracket are very happy. But as far as the people outside that income bracket were concerned, they were expecting some sort of a change coming in on the tax slabs, as well as the hard-working citizen of this country who's an honest tax-paying citizen always expected that tax slab to go through a bit of a change, and that came in perhaps as a bit of a disappointment. What are you picking up?
See, over here, the middle class people, they are happy about the budget, and let's directly ask them how is the Josh. So with us, we have 2 housewives and an entrepreneur. Let's ask first, tell me, how is the Josh? How do you feel after the budget has been announced?
I'm quite happy with the budget, what they are doing, but still now, like for the housewife, we don't know how it's going to implement in our life. So it'll take time, for at least हमें थोड़ा और टाइम मिलेगा जब हम देखेंगे रूटीन लाइफ में हमारे साथ ये क्या हेल्प कर रहा है हमें ये बजट।
पर जो कहा है कि फिक्स डिपॉजिट पे जो आप इनकम या जो इंटरेस्ट आपको मिलता है 40,000 तक, उसके ऊपर इनकम टैक्स नहीं देना पड़ेगा, ये सुनकर कैसा लगा?
दिस इज रियली अ ग्रेट न्यूज़ फॉर अस एंड आई एम रियली सीइंग इन पॉजिटिव वे, एंड आई थिंक वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट के लिए ये बहुत ही अच्छा चीज़ है जो गवर्नमेंट लाई, एंड वी आर रियली लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर मोदी। ही इज रियली डूइंग अ वेरी गुड जॉब फॉर आवर कंट्री।
आप क्या कहेंगी?
आज का बजट तो बहुत अच्छा है, वैसे अच्छा लगा, लेकिन खाली हम सीनियर सिटीजन के लिए मेडिकल बेनिफिट हमको कुछ ऐसे लग रहा है कि नहीं दी है, क्योंकि जो भी बचत होती है वो सब मेडिकल एक्सपेंसेस में चला जाता है। वैसे मोदी जो कर रहा है ना, मेरे में तो जोश है, क्योंकि क्या है ना कि चाहे वो तिकड़मबाजी हो इनकी, चाहे कोई भी हो, लेकिन साम दाम दंड भेद सब करना ही पड़ता है, लेकिन ये वापस चुन के आते हैं तो देश का भविष्य तो बहुत सुनहरा, मैं ये जानती हूँ, बहुत अच्छा लगेगा।
What would you say as an entrepreneur? आप क्या कहेंगे about the 5 lakhs no rebate for 5 lakh of income?
Yeah, no, of course budget was good than last year, and this year we saw there is the mainly income tax deduction has now increased from 2.5 to 5 lakhs. So that will have a good saving for all of us. And secondly, also on the on the GST, they have now increased it to 5 crore. Those who have turnover up to 5 crores, they have to file a yearly return. So this also helps to make it easy for business.
What would you say? How is the Josh after you heard the budget?
It's good budget, and you know they have done for the MSME, wherein they will give 2% interest reduction, and MSME units will come up because MSME generates a lot of employment, and MSME is the sector which is to be encouraged all the time.
So you have heard there is a lot of Josh amongst the middle class people over here in Pune.
Right, thanks so much for bringing us that ground report, and the sentiment which is on ground is that of Josh, given the fact that tax rebate for individuals earning up to 5 lakh rupees has come in as a huge respite. But there are few niggles, few concerns still. We'll be continuing to break down the union budget, the interim budget rather, on India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.